Pilipino. This program is brought to you by Try Media Pro Incorporated. It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by M.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sebron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Good morning mga ka-teammates, and it's a beautiful Sunday. Tayo po ay magte-team huddle na naman sa isang oras ng inspiration, motivation, and empowerment na hatid sa inyo ng ating mga ka-teammates sa BPO. This is Call Center Radio. And muli sa pamumuno pa rin po ng ating founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang Voice Master of the Philippines, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Kami po ang inyong mga ka-teammates sa BPO. My name is M.A. Buendia. Ako po ang inyong call center vlogger.
And I am your engineer BPO teammate, Tanya Sampron.
And I am still your events host ka-teammate, the terrific host, Frank Rizzo.
Yeah.
Good morning, Buendia everyone. Ang saya kasi hindi na siya maulan. Lately kasi di ba nag-uulan, cuddle weather.
Nakikita ko na si Mr. Sunshine.
Yes, perfect. So, magkakaroon tayo ng very exciting episode today. Meron tayong mga kasamang guests. But before that, let's go ahead and announce our live streaming.
Yes. And dito muna tayo.
Yeah,
we have
text
our
line.
Text line. No? You can reach us guys at 0939-914-3988 or our hotline 412-0288 or 997-7589. And we are live over DZRJ 810 AM. And we have our website www.atrymedia.com. You can also like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/atrymedia. And you can follow us at Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, which is at atrymedia.
Yep, and we're also live simulcast sa DYMA Masbate, Explore TV Channel 17 Field Products, Cable TV Butuan, 107.1 Power FM Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and 97.1 Wow FM Rojas, Northern Palawan. And we would just like to invite everyone to join the Call Center Radio Network group on Facebook. Exclusive member perks include guesting on the radio show, seminars, workshops, meetup sessions, collaborations with experts in the BPO industry, just like our guest today.
Perfect. O, diba? Very exciting, especially pang 12th episode na natin to today, di ba?
Yeah.
Super saya. And then, so, makakaroon po kami ng mga live studio audience. Or at least, di ba, makapag-observe man lang kayo kung paano po yung behind the scenes ng isang radio show. Especially, call center radio, di ba? Especially ngayon, yung may mga courses na pala in college. Binabati ko lang, di ba? Yung mga nasa BA in Communication and Service Management from the University of Makati. So, sana makavisit kayo dito. And binabati ko rin si Zach Andales. Siya yung president ng UCA ng Unbound Manila. Nag-give ako ng talk sa kanilang foundation yesterday.
Wow!
Gusto ko kayong i-greet.
And I would like to thank yung 13,256 people na nag-like sa ating Call Center Radio page.
Yay!
Thank you very much for always being supportive, no, and for tuning to us every morning. Hindi madali yung 7 to 8.
Diba?
And of course, we are also thankful sa president ng Try Media na si Miss Kay Dacer at sa ating program manager na si Sir Nestor Doria. Maraming salamat po sa pagtitiwala. And of course, this program is made possible by Pochology Academy, inspiring greatness, excellence, and success, and the Creative Voices production.
Okay, perfect. So, ayun nga, let's go to our topic na today kasi I'm very excited. At alam ko marami rin pong mga nakatutok ngayon, especially yung mga aspiring call center agents o kaya naman yung mga newbies sa industry na gusto rin nilang mahon yung skills nila. Kasi ang topic natin today ay how to overcome your fear of speaking in English, or basically how to enhance or improve your communication skills. So we have our guests in the booth. Go ahead, Tanya.
Yes, our first guest, she has been part of the call center industry for 13 years and counting, where 10 years of her career has been dedicated to leadership training, mentoring, and coaching from newbies to leaders. She is currently a training supervisor for Convergys and is looking over one of the biggest software industry accounts. Aside from her career, she also blogs about lifestyle and beauty, and she has been invited to speak for brands and appeared on CNN Philippines, as well as serves as a resource speaker for leadership workshops. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Marie San Luis.
Yay!
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, welcome to the
pleasure.
show. We also have a second guest with more than 12 years of extensive experience in language teaching and training, both in the academe and the BPO industry. He was formerly a quality lead and currently a senior communication and culture trainer, and at the same time a college instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, mga ka-teammates, we are highly privileged to have here with us in the booth, Mr. Ariam Cinco.
Hey,
Yay.
welcome.
Good morning.
Thanks for guesting, di ba? It's a pleasure. Good morning. So, ayun nga. So, pag-uusapan natin, since kayo naman yung mga BPO experts, so, mag-share muna tayo ng mga tips sa kanila. Or, tanong muna natin, bakit ba may fear? Okay? Bakit ba may fear of speaking in English ang most of the mga kababayan natin, mga Filipinos? Is it a cultural thing?
Well, we all know that, especially if they're applying at a call center, na it's not their first language diba? Kasi we all started, if we were born here, syempre Tagalog ang alam natin.
That's the mother tongue.
Yung mother tongue. So, syempre matatakot sila kasi hindi sila sure. Well, some are not aware na they're not that good with English. Some are aware they're not good with English. So, that's yung unang fear nila.
And MA, you mentioned, is it cultural thing?
Yeah.
So I guess we have to also understand that Filipinos are somehow prescriptive, lalo na pagdating sa grammar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we have this thinking that, oh my God, I'm so scared to speak English because my grammar might be corrected.
Correct.
Okay, so the thought itself intimidates us. Okay, and I think this is one thing that especially our students nowadays and our newbies would have to understand, okay, and would have to overcome. Okay, so one thing that they would have to do is, I'm sorry, I would have to go forward
Go ahead.
to the tip. Okay, is for them to somehow master the grammar of the language. Okay, but of course, we cannot just force a person to learn, or master grammar, right away, because communication is not just all about grammar. There are other aspects that we would have to look
Correct.
at.
What I really like about what he said, no, it's yung the fear or the thought that you have in mind is actually what's hindering you to speak fluently in English. Yung parang whether you think you can or you cannot, you are right.
Oh, Henry Ford.
Nakalimutan ko. Nakalimutan ko sino nagsabi. Basta alam ko.
Yeah.
Kung nandun yung fear of embarrassment, di ba? Parang human psychology.
Napapangunahan ka na ng takot.
Okay naman kasi siguro nagkaroon may nag-feedback sa'yo na ang dating sa'yo nun, it's parang dinidegrade ka or humiliating, no? Parang pag-uusapan din po natin yon yung how to handle feedback kasi that's the way to improve actually,
Yes.
to manage criticisms. O kaya naman yung parang it's something na ini-educate ka naman not really to embarrass you.
Yes. Exactly.
Pag-usapan natin yung level of importance. Yung sinabi mo kanina yung grammar and yung vocabulary and then yung accent. Kasi yung iba nag-focus lang sila sa accent.
Yes.
Nakalimutan nila yung construction or yung grammar. Minsan sa sobrang fluent yung magsalita, akala mo walang mali, di ba?
Minsan yung accent, sobrang twang.
Sobrang
Ginagawa nila almost Californian kasi akala nila that will make them sound better.
correct.
Pero then they forget that there's also, of course, yun nga, sinasabi ni Ariam, yung grammar in the background. Kasi
Correct.
no matter how much na ang ganda-ganda nga ng accent mo, but you can't put two sentences together in the right way, it's still not gonna make any sense. Right?
Yeah.
Sobrang agree ako dyan kasi sa sobrang sobrang galing nila mag-liaise and mag-connect ng mga words, it's gonna sound really fluent. And then kapag inano mo siya, parang mali-mali doon. Parang sinabi niya na may naging trainer ako dati na parang, okay, you have spent so much time on this. Di ba? Ayun, the spended part. Okay, parang may something doon Ipag-usapan din natin yung mga how to effectively improve your communication skills, become fluent, avoid stuttering, isa yon, and then mga too much fillers, mga Guilty ako dyan.
Ayan ako din.
How to answer common job interview questions. Kasi dun talaga nag-start yung kung gusto mong makapasok sa BPO industry or any job, we cannot discount the fact, yung sabi nga ni Christine, na you have to speak well. Not really fluent or perfect na American accent. It has to be understandable or neutral.
Yep.
Diba?
Right.
Common English grammar lapses, yung mga common errors ng mga Filipinos. Na, ang tawag nila doon, Filipinoism. Basta ganun. Ayan. And then, tips on how to become confident in speaking a second language, okay, or a third language, or any language na gusto mong i-master. Okay, so, by the way, alamin mo natin yung background. How did you get started in the call center
industry?
Marie, go ahead. Yeah.
So it was actually by accident. I just tried it out. Actually, first it was with a local call center muna. Parang try na natin kasi bago pa call center at that time for my age. It was like 2000 and something back. And at that time, so I tried it. Sabi ng friend ko, why not? And I had a fear kasi I didn't think I was equipped with the right skills. Knowing that I came from the retail industry, malay ko ba, diba? Kasi cashier lang ako dati eh.
But you were born here, diba?
I know, I was born in the UK.
The UK.
Pero still, I still had that fear kasi hindi ka nga familiar dun sa industry. So, I tried it out. I passed the local call center. And then after that, I moved up to the international call center here in Manila. So, that's where my skills now came up and that's when it was developed. So, there. With the sales account, actually. My first account was a UK account, which is pretty apt because I was born in the UK.
Yeah.
Makes a little sense, right? So, that's where I started to learn about the industry and how it worked.
Okay, yung nasa local industry or local call center, you speak in Tagalog all the time or Filipino, diba?
Actually, that's a good question. Kasi that's what they think, diba? Kasi sa interview, they think, sige, Tagalog tayo kasi total local naman.
Local, yeah.
Pero hindi, because the interview even speaks in English kasi they have other accounts that they may actually filter you for. So that time, when I got interviewed, he was offering me an international account because the interview was solely in English. So when he saw that, siguro, feeling niya magaling ako, right? That's when, but I went with the local account. Pero do we speak English in the calls? Not always, lalo when I get bored. I'm so guilty. It's a very boring job to be in the local telco. Paulit-ulit eh. So I would actually get on the phone and come up with a British accent.
Yeah.
And then I used my name back then was Naomi. So imagine, akala nila, pwede pong Tagalog.
Okay.
Ayun. So,
may mga callers naman talaga na minsan i-intimidate sila.
Yeah.
Tapos mag-a-adjust ka na rin sa, saan ba siya mas komportable, Tagalog or Filipino. Okay. And then, kausapin natin ngayon si Ariam. How did you get started sa BPO industry?
Okay. Actually, I didn't have the intention to join the BPO industry.
Accident din?
Hindi naman siya accident kasi before when I was starting, okay, I thought that I would not really survive in the business.
All of us, thought that way.
Kasi I'm a teacher by profession. Okay, so I felt that I really belong to the academe. So I started out as a trainer. Okay, and I started teaching, and then nagpalipat-lipat ako ng training centers, and then I had the opportunity to teach call center English.
Correct.
Right, and then when I gained experience, the call center called me and said, we're looking for a trainer. And I said, I don't have experience in
taking
the BPO.
calls.
No, because I've never experienced as an agent. So when I joined the BPO, I started out as a trainer right away.
As a trainer.
Yes.
In your case, you started as an agent and then you transitioned into becoming a comm coach or a trainer, di ba?
Yes, I was promoted within the industry. For all the companies that I joined with, it was always in that case. I wanted to start as an agent because I felt that growing within the company just lets you understand. Because companies are different.
Yes.
Each and every BPO is different. You go to another BPO, the cultures are different. No BPO culture is the same.
Ano yung industry na pinanggalingan mo before ka nag-BPO?
Retail. Cashier ako sa department store.
In the UK?
No,
or
here. Tapos ang first job ko ever was a receptionist for a talyer. Pero receptionist social pa rin yun.
What's talyer in English ba? Talyer.
Yung
repair shop? Or,
yes, the car
something.
repair shops for car aircon. Yun yung first job ko.
Napaisip
still
ako.
involved in speaking. Kasi when you're a cashier, you still get to talk to your
Or
customers,
receptionist, diba? Lalo na.
Ariam naman on the other hand, talagang speaking na because he is a teacher.
At saka teaching, training, talagang related. Nandun talaga yung passion mo for teaching talaga.
That's right.
Diba? Pero ang pag-usapan din natin today, yung paano nyo na-improve or na-enhance yung communication skills. Kasi, well, in your case, nasa UK ka naman, so English naman talaga yung parang medium of communication nyo doon, diba? And then, marunong ka pa rin mag-Tagalog kasi nagtatagalog kayo sa house? Or?
Yes, of course. Yung mom ko, she would speak Tagalog. And I had some Filipino friends in the UK. So meron naman kami language. Although mali-mali din yung Tagalog namin. So when I got here, I realized na mali yung language ko na Tagalog. But in terms of English, because UK has a different way of speaking.
Yes.
Diba? It's
Spelling as well.
Spelling as well. I had to transition that, especially to adjust to the training needs. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng account na hinawakan ko was UK-based. So most of them were actually US-based. So I had to adjust and I had to learn how the American English is like. So that's what I needed to, of course, still keep learning. Hindi yung pwede, porque marunong ka ng English, that's it.
Yeah.
Pinag-aaralan talaga yung language. Even the Filipino language, marami rin tayong mga lapses doon, like the nang, di ba? Rin, din. Hindi lang natin siya pinag-aaralan ng sobra kasi it's our language. Parang tinitake for granted natin siya. Just like the UK people, di ba? Pag nag-i-spell sila ng mga your, medyo minsan pet peeve mo talaga yun. Pero hindi nila pinag-aaralan yung grammar ng sobra kasi nga it's their language. It's their first language. So, ikaw naman, Ariam, since you started, AB...
No, I didn't. That's... my journey is quite ironic because I did not major in English. I finished BS Biology and Mathematics. Pero ako yung tipong trying hard. So I came from the province. I didn't know how to speak very good English until I arrived in Manila. So pagdating ko ng Manila, sabi ko, napaka-competitive ng lugar. So
it is.
I think I have to compete freely with the people around for me to survive. So I said, I have to practice. So sabi ko, wala akong pakialam sa sasabihin ng tao. Magpa-practice ako ng English ko.
Perfect.
So having that mindset, I would speak English all the time. But I knew in myself then that my grammar was not great.
Yeah.
But along the way, I realized that, okay, my English has improved because I would always ask people around, especially those who would speak very good English, kamusta yung English ko today? I would always
today.
Yep.
Then tomorrow, iba naman.
Yes. I would
That's
always,
very nice.
because I always assessed myself
Daily.
back then, daily. And especially, I had the chance to work with native speakers. So, yung routine ko nung nagtuturo ako ng ESL was to speak with the native speakers. And I would ask them, kamusta yung English ko today?
Wow, that's
In Tagalog mo sila ina.
No, definitely in English. Right, I would ask them in English, of course. And then I would ask them, how's my accent? How's my grammar?
Self-awareness talaga kasi yung key doon.
Yes.
That's a good thing, taking the feedback of the people around you kasi they will be the one to tell you kung may mali sa mga sinasabi mo. Sometimes you are very confident with the way you speak pero may mali pala until somebody tells you na, hey, mali yung ano mo doon, grammar mo, mali yung pronunciation and all that.
Tsaka people na, yung iniisip nila na people who tell them good stuff lang are actually true friends. No, actually they're not quite confident enough to tell you na there's something wrong about you. So you must appreciate those people who are honest enough to tell you na medyo may off dun sa sinabi mo or kailangan mo mag-improve on this. Kasi ngayon, people are so sensitive that they think na ay, nangungutya lang yun, something personal.
They feel offended, di ba? Or parang tinitake nila yung positive, actually constructive naman yung feedback, tinitake nila negatively. So, isa yun sa mga way talaga para ma-improve mo yung sarili mo. It's be open and then parang pag-gym lang din yan, di ba? Get a gym buddy, yun talaga i-inspire ka, di ba? Na ako, I appreciate people who have the audacity to tell me that I'm doing something wrong.
Yes.
Kesa naman yung iba na, siguro dahil because of my personality na parang they find me intimidating na di ka na lang nila sasabihan ng feedback. Kasi baka isipin nila na sa MA parang something yan. Pero appreciate those people who give you feedback kasi it's not really easy, di ba?
We discussed it before, di ba? Feedback should be taken as something constructive. You can only say that it is something personal kapag ikaw na as a person yung ginudge nila. That's judgment. But constructive feedback is actually giving you something objective dun sa mga ginawa mo, whether it be your attitude or a manner of speaking pag medyo objective yung pagkabigay nila, that is something that you should take in positively.
And being in the BPO, kapag ka nasa floor ka, may mali ka lang masabi, notice na kasi lalo pag tahimik yung pag-avail time. Kagaya nung katabi ko nung last time, I'm hearing you na, can you hear me? Diba? Yun na yung kasar sa kanya.
Yung dati yung co-agent ko, ganyan din siya, sabi nung, can you unplug the cable at the back of this chemical? Tapos sinabi niya, I'm scared, sabi nung nung customer. Don't scared. Ganun, with conviction to ha. I mean, ang dami pong bloopers sa call center talaga na, di ba? Pero the only way to improve is to keep on practicing. Yung kagaya nga nung shinare nung com coach namin noon, parang ang mga Filipinos daw, mag-i-improve sila in English if they learn to use the, ano ba tawag doon? Yung kailangan aware ka, okay? Self-conscious ka dapat. Conscious ka na mali. Dapat mali yung preposition. And then you correct yourself. And then you keep on practicing. Kasi it's one thing that you keep on listening to podcasts or watching English movies. May enhance nun yung listening skills mo. Pero if you keep on speaking with the native speakers ngayon, sabi ni Ariam kanina, doon talaga may enhance na okay, dapat pala ganito yung pag-pronounce. So, isa yun sa mga, and then paano pa na natin may improve yung stuttering and then yung mga fillers? Kasi alam ko maraming mga concern ganyan.
That's actually one of the most common problems that we get from newbies that come into the call center industry, and they stutter kasi mabilis sila mag-isip. Tapos, they transliterate, meaning to say that yung nasa isip nila yung Tagalog na sentence, ginagawa nilang English.
Word per word.
There's an extra process. No?
So, minamadali. Tapos, nagsastutter kasi nga, they're trying to get it out all. Kasi since we're fast talkers, diba, as Filipinos. So, what can I do? What I usually tell my trainees if I'm in a room with them is that I would tell them, una-una sa lahat, relax.
Yeah.
You need to relax kasi if you're going to overthink the way that you construct sentences, this is what's going to happen. You're going to stutter. Right? And then the fillers will come in because ang dami mo na sinabi, yung incoming na sentence mo, hindi pa buo. Yun fillers, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing that they really need to do is to calm down when they're talking in English. Relax lang and just know that if they make a mistake, it's fine. Kasi they're scared to make a mistake and that's why they place in also the fillers as well.
That's right. And for them to really avoid fillers, one thing that they would have to do is before they open their mouth, they have to make sure that there is already a clear thought organization.
Complete thought, yeah.
Pero organizing one's thought is somehow difficult, especially for someone who lacks the skill to speak, or who lacks the skill in the language. Kasi nga, just like what she said, na
Tina-translate.
But we can't really avoid that. You know, for some people, sinasabi na, hey, don't think in Filipino, think in English. But we cannot help it because this is how these people were trained, or ito yung nature nila, nag-iisip sila sa Filipino. So trainers have to be more patient.
That's right.
Kasi dapat alam nila na nagtra-transition. Okay. Kasi one thing, kaya sila hindi nag-iisip in English because they don't have that rich vocabulary. Okay, so one thing that these, newbies would have to learn is enrich their vocabulary, be more familiar with the language, learn the structure of the grammar or of the language, para pag nag-organize na sila ng thought, they won't have to think in Filipino and then later on translate in English. Kasi ang danger noon, yung nag-English sila but they sound Filipino pa din.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right?
Alright, diba? Great tip. So, pagbabalik po natin after the break, we will talk about yung mga tips on how to answer common job interview questions, and then iba pa pong mga advice sa kung paano natin ma-enhance ang ating communication skills. Okay? Time check in the Philippines at 7:21 a.m. Stay with us, mga ka-teammates.
Ito ang DZRJ 8:10 a.m. H-Ry Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Deliver. Stand out and be the best with 8 Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
Makibahagi sa bawat talakayan. Ihayag ang inyong reaksyon sa mga programa ng A-Try Media sa aming mga social media accounts. A-Try Media-TV sa Facebook, A-Try Media DZRJ 810 sa Twitter, at A-Try Media sa Instagram. Makiisa sa bawat programa ng A-Try Media sa social media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Uy, si Miss. Unang tingin pa lang, puti na. Kinis pa.
Nag-Myra Vita White Hand and Body Lotion kasi. May vitamin E beads and natural plant extracts that help nourish skin deep inside for a healthy white glow. Puti at kinis,
Ay!
hanggang malapitan.
Yala na.
Healthy white glow sa Myra Vita White Lotion. Yan ang alagang holistic by Myra. Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan.
Good vibes sa inyong Sabado ng umaga. Mga makabuluhang talakayan at kaalaman para sa ating mamamayan. Yan ang hatid sa inyo ni Miss Vivian Velez sa programang Double V. Si Miss Vivian Velez sa Double V. Tuwing Sabado alas 6:30 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga. Dito lamang sa DZRJ 810 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Iba't ibang techniques and best practices sa pagsisimula ng negosyo. Entrep Radio, kasama ang life coach na si Dennis Christopher Alfred Saho with Angeli Britannico and Jade Bober. Sila ang gagabay para maging fun, meaningful, and successful ang pagsisimula mo sa negosyo. Entrep Radio, tuwing linggo, alas 8 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga sa DZRJ 810 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Kayo'y nakikinig sa DZRJ 810 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
This program is brought to you by A-Try Media Pro Incorporated.
It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by N.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sebron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ 810 a.m. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
And we are back here on Call Center Radio. Kasama pa rin po natin ang ating mga guests today, si Marie San Luis and of course Ariam Cinco. And pag-uusapan pa rin po natin ang mga tips on how to improve your communication skills. But before that, batiin muna natin ang ating mga Facebook Live viewers.
Yes, we have a lot.
Yes. John Peter Palencia, sabi niya, morning. And si Angelina Mindang, good morning. Hi, Mama Ni.
From Judy Bautista, good morning all the way from Iloilo Business Park. Oh, nakakarating yung mga boses natin sa Iloilo, no?
Kahapon pala may nagpapa-shoutout sa akin si CJ. Oh, CJ, shout out! Shout out talaga. We have Judy Bautista, Christian Grande de Leon, tsaka meron tayong Japanese yung text. So, hi, good morning. Good morning. Hi po sa inyo from Omar Tolentino. So, kung meron pala kayong mga questions dun sa ating mga guests or any comments regarding our topic, just go ahead and put them in the comment section and share this live session with your friends para after the show, pwede nilang mapanood yung rebroadcast.
Yes.
Alright, so going back to our topic, but before, meron tayong announcement, like Frank?
Yep, ang Call Center Radio ay hatid sa inyo ng Pochology Academy headed by Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Sir Choi.
Poging Sir
yes,
Choi.
Good morning. Mamaya may meeting tayo. We are a group of empowerment speakers whose mission is to inspire success, greatness, and excellence in every Filipino.
Perfect. And then magkakaroon po tayo ng
On Saturday, August 12, 6 p.m., we will have 2017 Kabataan Night.
Kabataan Night.
By the Voice of the Youth. Ayan. Ang venue niya is hindi nakalagay. Ayan. D-Cop Coffee Republic Reliance Mandaluyong. It's free admission, guys. Pero for reservation, you can call 239-6468. That's 239-6468. Or you can visit www.voty.org.
And we will be there, right?
We will be there. Tsaka especially yung mga nagpa-member dun sa ating call center radio network. Kasi we are trying to make it big, okay? Magkakaroon po tayo ng mga seminars, workshops, ano pa ba? Mga, yun nga, kung gusto niyo mag-guest dito sa show namin or mag-audience, di ba? Perks yun. So, please join the call center radio network group on Facebook. So, going back to our topic, pag-usapan din pala natin today yung mga common mistakes or errors or yung mga lapses ng mga Filipinos when it comes to using the language. Kasi paano natin malalaman kung ano yung tama kung hindi natin ina-acknowledge, kung hindi tayo aware dun sa mga mali, di ba? Mga common grammar errors.
Oh gosh, there's so many, right? I mean, let's go to the most famous, the P and the F. Oh my gosh, it's like, you know that when you've gone through communications training, once that you hear that from a newbie, you know that there's no going back. Well, honestly, it's really hard to correct it because it's not about just the pronunciation. It's about how they use their jaw to pronounce and their lips, how to pronounce words.
Okay, that's the technical part
That's
of it.
the technical part of it. So, but once that they're aware, and as a trainer, when you start helping them self-correct, dun naman meron kahit papano. So, P and F, the B and the V, ayan. And then the prepositions. Yan talaga yung mga favorite ng Pinoy talaga when it comes to mistakes. Prepositions is always the most common.
Right, but one thing that is good about Filipino English is that it has rhotic accent. So our accent is closely patterned to that of North American English. So it is a lot easier for Filipinos to actually learn the accent. Okay, kaya yung iba minsan nagfi-fake ng accent.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll be surprised na minsan, Pinoy ba kausap ko?
Yeah.
Diba? Pero how would I say that? Hindi ganun yung accent is not everything though. So we'd have to look into the structure of the language. Okay, so eto na yung grammar and dito na yung mga did plus 8. Like, did you 8 already?
Did na past tense pa.
Did na plus past tense. Okay, but just like what I mentioned earlier, MA, these people would have to learn the difference between an error and a mistake. Kasi minsan, etong mga trainees, yung newbies, they punish themselves.
Yeah.
Parang they're being too harsh to themselves na mistakes lang naman yung nakakommit nila. Hindi naman talaga error, but they feel bad.
What's the difference between a mistake and
so an error actually in linguistics, an error is something that the speaker is not really aware that he or she is making. Okay, this is because the person doesn't have the knowledge, okay, or understanding of, say, the rules of the language. Okay. Pero yung mistake, ito yung mga slips. Right. So there is a chance na yung mistake nakukorrect ni speaker niya mismo without being called out.
Yeah, okay.
So pag ang tao alam naman na, oh, I'm sorry, I meant this. So it means it was just a mistake. So yung mga tao naman na nagbibigay ng feedback, dapat alam nila
na mistake.
Para hindi naman na-hurt yung tao
na
binibigay.
Common issue siguro doon yung like, kung di ka aware, like normally Filipinos, they don't know na walang plural form yung feedback. Equipment, diba? Pero since
furniture.
Filipino kasi English, and then pag ginugol mo kasi, marami namang entries talaga na, like yung advices, diba? Ako nalaman ko lang din na, nga, wala palang plural form ng advices.
It should be pieces of advice.
Correct. Kasi wala siyang, ang tawag doon? Non-countable. May ganun siya. So, ang tawag doon, error. Kasi you're not really aware. Okay? Kaya naman you're accustomed to it. Kasi nga, because everyone's doing it. Or in the Filipino culture, tama naman na siya. Naintindihan mo naman, di ba? And then, the thing with Filipinos kasi, di ba? Parang nandun yung smart shaming na parang, yun lang, papalakihin mo pa. Diba? Masyado tayong lenient or tolerant na hindi natin ina-acknowledge na why not just do something right? O kaya naman, kahit yun man lang, do not take for granted the seductive power of a correct, perfect grammar. Not really super perfect, but it's like decent or proper.
And I like what you said, MA, kasi ang grammar really came from the word glamour.
Glamour.
So, pag maganda ang grammar mo, yung speech mo is glamorous.
Yeah, at saka nakaka-attractive talaga, no?
Yes.
When someone, especially sabi nga nila, light ano tawag dito, yung light travels faster than sound. So minsan kapag nakita natin yung ganda-ganda naman niya, ang gwapo naman niya, ang ganda ng bihis niya. So normally na attract agad tayo. And then pag nagsalita na, 'di ba? That's the sound. Yun ang parang kung sana naging nagsalita. Marami even celebrities, 'di ba? Kasi we are currently studying voice acting and dubbing. Pinag-aralan din namin doon na yung mga celebrities na iba yung nagda-dub sa kanila doon sa mga movies nila, especially back in the early days kasi nga pangit yung pakinggan. Ibig sabihin hindi ganoon yung diction, hindi ganoon yung pronunciation. So any other tips?
Well,
mga issues pa pala.
Well, maraming. I mean, there's a lot of issues that we would identify when we meet those people na hindi pa masyadong aware when it comes to the right use of the language and grammar and pronunciation. And then, of course, you know, sometimes when you, honestly, on Facebook, you see a lot, right?
Yeah.
I bet nagiging grammar Nazi tayo minsan.
Yes.
Right?
Grammar Nazi tayo sa ibang tao pero sa sarili natin hindi.
So, you know, sometimes you would just wish that with the magic of, you know, using a search engine, try and check if it's right. Kasi nga, we stop at the fact that alam natin na ito yon. Right? And then we're just satisfied with the fact na kaya natin magsalita ng English, where in fact, what's the best thing to do is to always look towards other ways to learn. Don't just be satisfied with what you have. Kasi, you know, I always get that in a call center, why are you here today? Ang sasabihin nila, kasi I want to learn English. Teka, wait lang, kasi alam ko, this is a company, not TESDA, diba? Kasi,
not a training center.
Not a training center. If that's something that we wanted to do, we can always enroll. There's a lot of short courses, diba?
That's right, Marie.
Some grammar and pronunciation. Let's invest in that because, you know, in the long run, it will be something very worthy for you. Katulad sinabi ni MA, paano na pag sumikat ka, gwapo, maganda ka, tapos nagsalita ka, wala na.
Off na. Ayan.
At saka yung sinabi kanina ni Ariam na parang in-acknowledge niya nga na, okay, competitive yung industry and it gets more competitive and more competitive.
That's right.
Hindi naman sa inaano natin na yung iba kasi very patriotic in a way na parang mahalin mo yung sariling wika. No, we are not really dismissing or parang hindi naman sa kinakahiya natin yung Tagalog or yung Filipino. Pero ina-acknowledge natin kasi na we are in a global world.
Yes.
To be competitive and syempre edge mo na rin yan doon compared doon sa ibang mga applicants.
Yeah.
Tsaka in fact, they often say na if you know your mother tongue quite well, mas magaling ka magsalita in English dapat You just have to brush it off na hindi siya word per word translation. And yung thinking na mutual understanding doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. Dahil nagkakaintindihan tayo, tama na, hindi.
Kasi yung minsan yung understanding, darling, it's cultural.
Yeah.
Just because we speak the same language, magkakaintindihan talaga.
Yes.
Yep, sometimes gestures, it helps as well, ano? Sa call center may tinatawag tayo yung that famous line sa modeling, today you're in, tomorrow you're out.
That's right.
Yeah, and if you want to survive in a very competitive environment, you have to upskill. Diba?
Keep on
Kasi we are all
improving.
dispensable unless you keep learning.
Yep. And I'd like what Marie said a while ago yung sa FB post kasi a while ago we were just focusing on our speaking skills kasi means writing skills is also very important because in the call center it's not just people na voice, may mga email, may mga chat accounts tayo. That's why it's also important for us to really learn the grammar, the subject verb agreement. Ayan, lalong-lalo
very
na.
basic yon, di ba? Yun, isa yun sa pinakamagiging edge mo. Pag-aralan mo na lang talaga yung kung ano yung singular, plural form.
Diba part din naman yun nung elementary kayo? Parang review na lang siya.
Yes.
Diba parts of speech? Yun, you try to go back to the basics because yung foundation mo, if it's strong, then you will come out very strong dun sa language, lahat.
Yeah, and of course, pag-aralan mo rin yung mga common slangs or mga idioms kasi especially minsan, like yung kahapon pinag-aralan namin, we were trying to translate a line in English into Filipino. Meron dun yung a cup of tea. Meron dun translate niya ng tasa ng tsa ako. Something like that.
And you know what, having that said, MA, I had this interviewee na talagang nag-translate siya. Sabi ko,
literal.
Literal. So, tinanong ko siya, so, how did you prepare or what preparations did you make for this interview? Biglang sagot sa akin, to tell you honestly, I did not prepare for this interview because this is like a punch in the moon. Like, seriously?
Suntok sa buwan.
What do you mean by punch in the moon? Suntok sa buwan pala yun.
Yeah, oh my God.
Diba? Kasi napadaan lang daw siya.
Yeah. It's really funny though, diba?
Hindi ko mapigilan sarili ko, nag-excuse talaga ako.
Well, for the information of everyone, Aryem did one of my interviews sa current company ko.
Yeah.
So talagang...
And then, syempre, pag during the interview naman, alam mo na agad kung pass or fail na yun. First question pa lang, the way you introduce yourself.
Yes.
That's it. Pag-usapan din pala natin yung job interview questions. How should they handle interview ba in the first place? Marie, how did you handle your first interview nun sa industry when you were starting?
First interview, well, number one, I just thought of being casual about it and not overthinking
Yeah,
it.
like you're just talking to a friend.
Yes.
Think of this person as your friend. Kasi pag iniisip mo siya na, naku, ito yung mag-hire sa akin, ayan na yung the punch in the moon comes along. You're trying to impress the interviewer, and then you're trying to come up with all of these words. Na, yun nga sinasabi niya, ang Filipinos, with the limited, capability of vocabulary, dito na yung pumapasok yung transliteration So, be relaxed, be yourself, and then just go and answer the question as you think that would be best, as though you're talking to a friend. Right?
Be authentic, di
Be
ba?
authentic.
Don't talk about something na you don't know by heart. Kasi kapag pina-expound sa'yo yun, can you tell me something more about Harry Potter, and then you haven't read any book ng Harry Potter. Di ba? Doon pa lang, parang, okay, you're fooling me na.
That's right.
Yung mga common interview scenarios
I had this interview. Tapos, I read the curriculum vitae. By the way, it's vitae, it's not vitae.
Oh, diba? We learned something. All my life is a lie.
It's not pronounced as vitae, it's pronounced as vitae.
Yung kakao ba, it's kikeo? Is it kikeo?
I think it's kakao lang.
Oo, yun nga eh.
Oo, para hindi magulo, kokwa na lang.
Chocolate, ganun.
Kasi diba, yung...
Oo. So, I had this interview, tapos, syempre ako, pag nag-interview ako, before, nung ginagawa ko pa siya, binabasa ko yung resume. So, ang gagaling ng words. I think fully refined. So, parang nagdududa na ako. Siya ba talaga ang sumula? So, tinanong ko siya. So, darling, ganun pa ako magsalita. Darling, what do you mean by sense of justice? May sense of justice. Siya sabi niya, sinulat ko yun. So, what I'm trying to say here is, make sure that when you submit your resume, make sure na ikaw yung gumawa. Okay, so... Kasi yung iba, they just depend on other people to do these things for them without them knowing that the questions would actually come from the curriculum vitae that they would submit. Okay, so...
How would you pronounce resume? Is it resume?
It's resume.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to learn and make sure that they do not memorize their answers, because the tendency is for some people now, especially, I'm sorry, okay, for the newbies, they would ask people around, how are you going to answer the question? And we are trapped.
They would rehearse.
Yeah, they would rehearse. So I don't want that these people would be giving out canned responses.
Canned, okay.
Yeah.
But it's organic and
Yes.
diba? Yeah, so diba, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan right after the break. So time check in the Philippines, 7:40 a.m. Stay with us, mga ka-teammates.
Ito ang DZRJ 8:10 a.m. H-Ry Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
We deliver. Stand out and be the best with 8 Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
Makibahagi sa bawat talakayan. Ihayag ang inyong reaksyon sa mga programa ng A-Try Media sa aming mga social media accounts. A-Try Media-TV sa Facebook, A-Try Media DZRJ 810 sa Twitter, at A-Try Media sa Instagram. Makiisa sa bawat programa ng A-Try Media sa social media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Kayo'y nakikinig sa DZRJ 810 AM. A-Try Media ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. This program is brought to you by A-Try Media Pro Incorporated. It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by N.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sebron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ 810 a.m. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Nagbabalik pa rin po tayo dito sa Call Center Radio. Kasama pa rin po natin ang ating mga guests, Marie San Luis and Ariam Cinco. And pinag-uusapan natin ngayon ang tips on how to improve your communication skills. And so far, ang daming mga nakatutok sa atin ngayon via live Facebook feed. We have Ryan Kevin De Ocampo. Kahit may experience ka na, pag nag-interview ulit, bubulol ka pa rin. Pero pag on-call ka na, ang fluent mo na. O nga, pinag-usapan din namin na ba't pag nasa call, yung mga agents, or ba't pag meron silang headset, their English actually improves, or parang yung accent nila lumilevel up.
It's like a switch. I seriously have
switch, diba?
A trainee before that was like that. Pag nasa training room, it's like 0. But when they put the headset on, seemingly may magic.
Oo. Nandun yung confidence mo, di ba? Tapos parang lumalabas yung mga words. Parang ano siya, comfort zone, or ano man tawag doon?
Siguro nga kasi, di ba, it boils down
diba?
to, hindi ka na natatakot na merong mag-judge sa'yo. Kasi feeling mo, ikaw lang tsaka yung customer yung nakakarinig sa'yo. Di ba? So confident ka na. Actually, confidence plays a big role talaga.
It's the same as you joining, kunyari, a competition. Kapag practice, parang sige, okay lang, mababang klase lang tayo ng ano. Pero pag competition na, yun na, pak!
Magulat ka na, di ba? Yung during practice, parang ina-underestimate mo ba siya?
Underdog lang muna.
Pag nandun na, bumonggan. Nakatutok din sa atin si Koy Jadan. Sabi nga, Hadan ba to? Okay, sana meron din kayong topic for non-voice accounts. Yeah, we will have. I mean, actually, nagkaroon kami ng mga episodes doon. You can go ahead and watch our previous episodes. And then we also have Dinky Barce Amador. Good morning daw. Amy Laureles Thought Organization. Yeah, great tip. And then, mabuhay po kayo, Rick Reyes, People's Tonight.
Ito lang, may sabi kasi si Burns actually, na people commonly has problem with subject-verb agreement. Tapos yun ding sometimes, ginagawa nilang verb yung, hindi naman talaga verb. Wala akong basic example, pero alam ko dati, natatawa ako dun, ginagawa mong action word ang something na dapat subject lang.
Filipino, feeling ko ganon. Kasi nga, diba, sabi nila, language is a very dynamic thing na parang, naiintindihan na ngayon, may mga Becky language na ngayon, marami ng dialects actually. So, as long as naiintindihan naman siya, diba? Parang,
yun nga, mutual understanding.
Diba? Parang, nag-gets mo naman.
And then you will just put open and close yung parang apostrophe. Tapos okay na yun.
I remember nun dati parang may fashion show or I think Star Magic Ball ba yun. Parang may in-interview sila actress. So sinabi niya, wow, ang ganda naman ng gown mo. Okay, mag-fashion ka naman. And then rumampa naman talaga. Yung mag-fashion, ang dating na nun sa kanila is
rumampa na.
Mag-rank.
Diba? That is subject. Ano siya, noun siya. Hindi siya verb. Pero ginawa mo siyang verb. Mag-fashion ka naman. So, sometimes dun tayo namamali. And practice makes permanent. So, kung lagi mo siyang ginagawa, talagang yun na yun. Almost every noun, gagawin mo ng verb.
Okay. But there really are words that could function both as a verb or as a noun. Like, for example, yung Google. Google is a name. We can say, you can Google this. So this can be used as a verb.
So the bottom line, para kasi may mga ganun, may mga exemptions kasi to the rule na hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na, okay, hindi mo to pwedeng gamitin as action or whatever. You keep on reading. Okay? Keep on reading, Googling. And then, sabi nga kanina ni Marina, nasa Facebook ka naman na, why not go ahead and make use of it in a better way, diba? Productive way that will help you improve. Go ahead and visit or follow those pages that will help you improve your communication, like Grammarly, okay? This is not a sponsored plug, pero yun nga, yung mga AmericanAccent.com, okay? They will help you really know kung paano ba pinapronounce yung words, like yung Yosemite, hindi siya yosemite, yung mga ganun, yung mga di mo siya naririnig pero or nababasa mo lang kasi minsan pag binabasa natin siya, we just read it as it is kasi di ba? Siyang bigkas, siyang bye-bye. Yun yung sabi sa atin dati. That's how Filipino
But I think there is something wrong with that. Yeah. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng letra na nasa word pinopronounce.
Yun nga eh. And then yung sinabi rin kanina ni Marie, yung UK English is different from US English. Like, ano ba yung sample sa amin nun dati? Yung rubber. Okay. Rubber in the UK is like the rubber, eraser. Okay. Rubber in the US is like a condom. So you have to be very careful with that. Especially yung mga agents natin ngayon na especially meron kang hinahandle na clients, galing ka ng Australian account, lipat ka ng US. So you have to learn and unlearn and relearn. Keep on learning.
Keep on learning. That's one advice that I would always give a class, which is to unlearn.
Yes.
We always would have that base where we learned English from, and we can't really stop because that's where we got our first English skills from, but we have to relearn everything when we now move on forward, especially if we're going to use it for our career. Diba? I mean, like, preparation is always the key, and like what Aram said earlier, like especially sa interviews, because I remember I used to also interview for another company, and then back then he was applying for an international account, right? And I was asking him questions in English, pero ang sagot niya lagi sa akin Tagalog. Diba?
Which may appear to not professional talaga.
Not professional, and you're not aware of what you're applying for.
Yeah, correct.
Yun yung importante din eh. Tapos, syempre, ito na naman. So, why are you here today? I want to apply because I want to become a call center. Bakit siya na yung magiging building at yung company?
Gusto ko maging call center.
Yes.
Okay, last tip na lang, Ariam.
Ano lang. Okay, if they would really want to be very good at communication, okay, should I say communication? Okay, the stress must be on the K, not on mu. Okay, because the word ends in TION.
Parang ano yun, yung ceremony.
Oo, naririnig natin yung ceremony. Oo, na dapat ceremony naman. So, one thing that I could advise, okay, especially to our newbies or to those aspiring call center agents is really one, just keep on practicing. Okay, speak. 2, read. Because reading really would bring you to different dimensions, okay, and would really expose you to the structure of the language, because it's very important. Okay, if we're going to talk about the levels of importance, it is very important that you have that strong foundation. Okay, hindi naman puro tuwang ka lang.
Correct.
Diba? So, dapat alam mo kung paano mag-string ng sentences together.
Yung some people kasi, yung strength nila, it's on written English. Yung speaking na take for granted nila. Yung iba naman, speaking English, and then yung written, doon naman sila mahina. Diba? How about you, Marie?
Definitely, like I would tell everyone that wants to join the industry, in the BPO, don't come into the industry thinking that the industry will teach you what you need to know. Right? Prepare ahead of time. If you really want the job, then invest in yourself. Kasi yung i-invest mo, hindi man para dun lang yan. It's for yourself.
Right.
And your whole self as a person. So, to widen the vocabulary, definitely read. Don't do the pocket books. Oh my gosh, the 15 pesos in the Bilao. Diba, ang hilig mo sa pocket books, or mahilig ka, what is that app that's on the app where they write yung mga sarili ng books?
Wattpad.
Wattpad, where we know also that it's also not grammatically correct at times. So, read to widen your vocabulary. Watch English movies. It's okay to watch Filipino movies. Yun yung binge mo. But if you want to develop your language and understand how, foreigners talk, then watch, of course, movies. Harry Potter I always suggest, kasi there's so many different accents in that movie. And it's also interesting at the same time.
Or watch it with subtitle as well, diba?
Watch it with subtitle.
You know na, ganun pala yung pronunciation ng certain word na yan, diba?
Yeah.
Okay, may mga gusto ba kayo i-promote? Mabilisan lang.
Sige sila muna.
Yeah, go ahead. You have a blog,
yes,
diba?
I have a blog, mamanisnest.com. I know that there are some of my followers are watching today, so thank you so much.
Good morning sa mga followers. Ano bang fan base mo? Mama Nears?
I call them my lasses and my lads.
Oh, good morning, lasses and lads. If you're watching this on live or rebroadcast.
Yes.
Hello.
Alright, wala naman akong followers actually. Okay, pero I would like to say hi to all my students sa Rizal University. Okay, so yung mga anak ko dyan, sana mag-aral kayo na mabuti. Right, and of course, yung mga friends ko, I would like to say hi to Ardel Hernandez, she invited me to an event yesterday, and I would like to congratulate Nigel and Angge. They had their wedding yesterday.
Perfect. You must be so proud. So, how about you, Frank?
Well, I'd like to promote my events hosting page. That's Events Hosting by Frank Rizzo. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook using my official handle. That's @TheTerrificHost. So, for your hosting needs, whether it be a company event or a social event, especially weddings and debuts, you can always contact me through my Facebook page, okay?
Perfect.
Ayan. Ako naman, yeah, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Tanya Sempron yung page. And then I also have the cosmetics line. Hindi siya akin, pero I sell cosmetics. It's Ratch.
Claim it or Ratch.
Yeah, I will make one soon. Pero it's on Ratch sa Instagram and Facebook as well.
And then follow nyo rin po sa akin mga social media, Tanya.
Thank you so much, MA.
Okay, follow nyo po ako sa social media. It's MA Buendia, and on my YouTube as well, MA Buendia HD. Please subscribe because I'm uploading call center or BPO related videos every week, every Monday actually. So
Tsaka guys, keep on sharing and please promote yung ating call center radio na page because nakakatuwa yung 13,000 na tayo.
Correct. Diba? For any relatable content sa mga BPO or call center, please follow us on Facebook.
And so just one more, MA. Yung family from Converges is also watching us today. Perfect. So they've been sending me screenshots. So thank you so much for everyone who's watching from Converges.
Converges, hello. And then yung family ko. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I would like to greet yung ILP babies ko.
ILP means?
It's Initial Learning Program.
Wow, perfect. Yung ESL kanina yung English is a second language.
Yeah. So bukas magkikita-kita kami ulit and they're going to have their impromptu speaking exercise.
Or you will actually watch this episode with
well, hopefully.
Diba, wow, isang oras na naman po ng inspiration, motivation, and empowerment ang nakalipas dito sa ating program, okay? Sa pamumuno pa rin po ng ating founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang voice master of the Philippines, ang poging-poging si Sir Choi, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Kami po ang inyong mga ka-teammates sa BPO. My name is M.A. Buendia. Ako po ang inyong call center vlogger.
And I am your engineer BPO teammate, Tanya Sempron.
And I am your events host ka-teammate, Frank Rizzo, the terrific host.
Thank you so much for tuning in and stay tuned kasi after neto, the author's voice, okay? Kung gusto niyo po magsulat ng book, kung interested kayo doon sa mga grammar and anything like that, diba? It's a very interesting show. So stay tuned, okay? See you next Sunday. Let's log out. Bye.
It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by M.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sempron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ito ang DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.